Hello, I'm filming this on the day that it comes out, so happy December. I'm so happy. I love Christmas so much. But this video is a little bit of a talk, sit down one. It shouldn't be too long, so don't you worry. But I recently found out about this concept called ikigai, and I don't know how I'm saying it, if it's right or wrong, please don't attack me. But I was explaining it to my friend as well, because she was like, I'm feeling lost, blah blah blah. And I also realised when I found this concept out that I was doing it naturally anyway, and so I feel like it's very accurate in that sense. So what does it mean? It essentially means your life's purpose, which, you know, we're all probably pretty familiar with what that means. But what I like about this is that there is a Venn diagram of how it works. So you basically have 4 points. So you have passion, mission, vocation, and profession. So parts of that are, yes, what do you love? Yes, what are you good at? But also, yes, how can you make money from this while still enjoying it? And that's very, you know, significant for me in my life and always has been. And I basically wrote down those 4 points, and I was like, okay, let me write down my passion, my mission, blah blah blah. And I figured that somehow, wow, this makes me look like a boy, let's get some hair out. Somehow, naturally, as I was saying, all of my 4 points merge together already. So like passion would be writing, but I also love social media and visuals. Like I was a film student, so I love film and all those creative things. But then I also feel like my mission is writing, whether that's with communications or books, you know, I feel like that's the highlighted one, that's my mission. And vocation is like writing, video producing, visuals, and profession is like copywriting and social media. And so they all naturally fit in together somehow. I didn't do that on purpose, but it worked, and you know, thank God for it. A lot of people ask me like, how did you get into what you're doing? And it's like, well, I literally fell into it, which sounds fake and stupid, but it's real in the sense of I've always been very creative. I've always known I didn't want to work for anyone else. Not because I had the money, because I didn't. We grew up very poor, but because I saw how miserable people were growing up working for other people, and I didn't want that for myself. And then that just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew even more as I grew older. So now I'm self-employed and I make, you know, a good amount of money, and I'm very proud of myself. But I also do what I love, and that was also very important to me. And I know that like in this day and age, but not when I was younger, but in this day and age, like you can make money from all of these things. But when I was younger, people were like, oh, you can't be an artist, like you won't make any money. Or you can't be a writer, writers, you know, you can write a book, but you won't make much money from it. That was constantly what I was told as a kid. And also, like, if I looked shit up as a kid, like, I mean, like, you know, literally single digits, you know, I would find that that was true. And thankfully, as I grew older, social media became a thing, and that changed. And the arts are much more cherished now than they were. But even then, when it wasn't, I was very determined to just do what I like. I watched teachers and bus drivers and people in shops and waiters, and how miserable they looked, and how mean some of them were. And I was just like, it's because you, like, in my head as a child, my thought was, you're miserable because you don't do what you love. You know, like, that was, obviously there's deeper shit to it for each individual, but like, that was, as a child, my first thought. And also, I think I would genuinely just die and pass away if I didn't do what I love. Whether it be writing or visuals or whatever it is, because I'm literally into everything creative. Yeah, I am 100% sure that I would pass away. So I just knew from a very young age, like, this is what I want to do, even if I'm shit at it. This is what makes me happy. I'll find a way. And again, I genuinely did just fall into it because my socials started when I was 11. It's been 10 years, don't even talk to me about it, because that's yeah, I made fan accounts at the age of 11. I remember the exact moment I found out what that was. Someone, I made a normal personal account at the age of 11, and I posted about the bands that I liked, not on my feed. I mean, on my feed, but like not like a fan account. And someone saw it because I used a hashtag, because that was the good old days and that's how that worked. And then they commented and they were like, oh, like, you like this band, blah blah blah. I was like, you have an account dedicated to them? What the fuck is this? And she's like, oh, it's called a fan account. I was like, get me on this shit now. Get me on this shit now. I instantly made one. And that's how we are MIACAVEN to this day. So, that ended up turning into what I do now. Again, it was very natural. I can't even pinpoint the fucking moment shit changed. I think I just changed naturally, like, as I grew out of the fan account shit pretty quick, and then niche stuff was going on, and I was like, I grew out of that, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna post about myself, and here we are. And influencers were up and coming when that change was happening, and I was like, fuck it, you know, like, it's a thing, I guess, so I'm just gonna do it and use it as my personal. And then it turned into a career, so here we are. But it's, I think my point of like this whole video of like the ikigai, I feel like I'm really butchering that name, but anyways, my whole point of that is, in life, not just with this belief, but I solely resonate with this belief, but not just with this belief, everything should link and come together. You should love what you do and do what you love. Like, it's a fucking cycle, right? Like, it should all be connected. And I am lucky enough that that is true for me. And I know it's not that easy. Again, as someone who grew up poor, there was a lot of pressure to just get a fucking job, get a fucking job. And I was just very determined. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get a fucking retail job. I'm not gonna be a waitress. I'm not gonna be a barista. No fucking hate to any of those. I would literally die without my local baristas. I would literally not be here. So, you know, it was not about that. It was just, I know that's not gonna make me happy, so I'm not gonna do it. And it took years of fucking shit with my parents, years of shit with money, and now I'm here. And I think if you love something that deeply, the way that I do what I do, it's worth it. And like, also, I can't really remember that time as a difficult time, but maybe that's because I went through worse times with worse things and people and stuff. So anyways, I think it's just, I was saying to my friend, she was like, I'm lost, and I was like, listen, you are a very defined person. You are like, you know, Spotify Wrapped had just come out, and I was like, don't tell me who your top 5 are, I'm gonna tell you who they are. And I got all of them, and I was like, I know who you are. You know who you are, and also you like what you love. Like, you like to do what you love. And she was like, yeah, but I'm not good at it. Like, what if I'm not good at it? And I was like, but that doesn't matter, because it really doesn't. It's very different to like, oh, I'm an artist and you have to have certain skills. But if it's like just creativity as a whole, I was like, you have done this before. You are good at this. This paid off. So like, what is holding you back? And the answer to that question is you as a human. And she has a normal like 9-to-5 job, and I was like, look, it makes you miserable. I want you by this time next year to fucking be doing shit that you love. Not just as your friend, but I'm becoming a therapist now. But just because it is possible, and like, look, so many people don't think it is. And also, I will put my hand up and say, there are millions of people trying to be fucking content creators and UGC creators, which is like, look into it, I can't be able to explain it, or freelancers, whatever kind of freelancer. And yeah, it's fucking hard, but I think if you do what you genuinely love, it will pay off. Genuinely, that is what I think. My freelancing is all social media based, communications based, because I have an addiction to emails. I'm not even gonna fucking hide it. I literally am the saddest person alive, but I love emailing people, so it's just my favorite thing. But also writing, visuals, editing, my degree in film, like I love editing so much, and storytelling. There is so much that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I think like a lot of people get tripped up on the fact like, oh, I don't have a talent. It's like, you don't need a talent, you just need to enjoy it. Like, yes, you need to be able to do it, but no one's asking you to be the next fucking Picasso. They're just asking you to like do a thing. And if you can do that thing, then who cares? And I think it's a large topic of conversation, and it's a lot for people to wrap their head around, including me. Even when I fucking talk about it, I'm like, there are so many avenues that I can go down and talk about, and it all just merges and crumbles. And it's heavier for some people than it is for others. I mean, I know for me, I was just like literally growing up poor. I know what that shit is like. But I look back and I remember all the shit that came with it. I remember all the fucking troubles. I remember everything. But I really genuinely look back at me as a person and I go, wow, I was really determined. I was very determined. And I'm lucky that I started out really young, which, you know, definitely came with its negatives. But it's still possible at your age now. It's still possible to learn new skills now. It's possible to do with no money. It's possible to reach those financial and success goals starting from zero. Or if you're not at zero but you're struggling like I was. It's about confidence and also mastering what you want to do, and not just that, but genuinely loving it, because there are so many creators out there who just do it because it's fucking that want to do it because it means you can work from home and you can get good money. And it's like, yeah, but if you're not creative and you don't genuinely love it, and I don't mean love getting free packages and working from home, I mean genuinely love the fucking tiring fucking process of editing, of coming up with ideas, of communications. Like, if you don't genuinely love it, you will not be successful. That goes for everything and anything. And I truly, 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 truly believe that. I know so many people, friends, personally, who have 9-to-5s or whatever, retail, whatever, they fucking hate their lives because they hate their jobs. And I have to say to all of them, do this, you're good at this. Whether it's fucking like food, like it doesn't have to be social media, but like whatever it is, I'm like, do this. There are fucking ways to do this. And I'm promising you now, like when I say that to people, the people who listen are happy. You are capable of whatever you want to achieve, and I don't mean that to be cheesy. I mean that genuinely, like, you're very capable, so just do it. Literally just do it. But do what you love. Don't do shit because it looks easy or fun. Do it because you fucking love it. If you fucking love being a barista, fucking be a barista. I don't know how I survive without you. Be a barista, bitch. But if you love being a chef, go be a fucking chef. I don't care if you fucking start working in Subway. Be a fucking chef anywhere. I don't care. Just do what you love. Be around food for the love of God. And that's all I have to say to you. Find your ikigai. Find your passion, your mission, your vocation, your profession. Make sure it all links. Make sure you love, and if it doesn't link, at least make sure you love it all. That's the big point for me, I think. Anyways, I love you guys. See you Sunday. Bye.